Hello everyone, my name is B. Today we're going to be talking about the Premier League, specifically Arsenal, but I want to go over the fixtures that had happened over, what was it, Saturday? Brentford come out over West Ham 3-0. West Ham looks like they're going to be relegated, but I believe they're about 2 points above Spurs, who are more in, West Ham has 36 points, while Tottenham has 34. Depends how Tottenham goes against Nottingham Forest. No, my bad. Aston Villa. Next game we got the Wolves versus Sunderland, tied 1-1. Nothing special here. I really expected a Sunderland win, but a red card given to Sunderland play. What can you do? Newcastle versus Brighton. Newcastle come out on top 3-1. Very interesting scoreline, just because on paper you feel like Brighton should win that, but Newcastle make it a very interesting game. Score two early goals. Why does it ruin my matches every time I look at them? I'm sorry for the outburst, but this is the game I want to talk about. Arsenal versus Fulham. Wow, what a game! Arsenal looks like they're back in the race to win it. Saka looks like he showed up again. He's got that spark, the little gleam of chance creation and goal scoring opportunity. It's good to see him do those kind of things because it's what I was accustomed to, and unfortunately, he kind of fell out of that. Um, really sad thing, but it happens, and I feel like if he's able to keep that form, if he's able to do that every game, then yeah, he's gonna be at the top of his game. Just because he creates a chance for Victor Goicoris. Um, I probably like mess up all the names. I do not care. But he crosses it in, tap in for him. That's how he is supposed to play that kind of striker. That's his preferred style. Um, Not that he's a tap in merchant, but if you put it right there in front of the box, he's gonna score it most of the time. Why wouldn't he? Bukayo Saka also scores a goal. I believe he cuts in and out. He does his thing on the wing. Very good domination from him. And then another Goikarez goal scored again. I feel like they really unlocked his potential, enabling Saka to play more a little bit aggressively, give and go with the on the wing, cutting in, cutting out. Obviously, you're not going to be, it's not going to be as tight as Arteta would probably want it to be, but the openness, Arsenal has that kind of quality in their squad to literally just batter Fulham 3-0. It's not that Fulham's a bad team. I feel like they have a great squad. They have some decent players and a good coach, I would say, in my opinion. But Arsenal has that quality, and when they play open, when they maintain possession of the ball in the manner that um, kind of what's the word, beckons opportunities and kind of garners, I guess, energy from the opponent because they're under a siege, and it's not like a hellfire of Bayern Munich. It's like, okay, this is Arsenal. They're slowly and steady setting up the cannon to get a shot on target, and that's the thing that they do. I really like that kind of play style. This is what you're kind of accustomed to if you're watching this Arsenal team make their way to the top and hold that position. But now, reality is here. Arsenal are 2 games ahead of Manchester City, and they are 6 points ahead of them. So Man City probably going to win the 2 games at hand. They're a very good team. It's probably going to come down to goal difference. And in a game like this, it's very smart for Arteta to see that and go, hey, let's see how much we can score. Although all their goals came from the first half, um, maybe they could have done a little bit better. This is the kind of thing to expect from Arteta. This is the kind of things that Arsenal should be displaying: the openness, the potential, the goal scoring opportunity. All of that is good for Arsenal because let's say even if they don't win the league, at least you're going out trying. You're battering teams 3-0, trying to get that goal difference up. That's what you need to do. And you got to also understand that Man City can do that as well. It's not uncommon I mean, I guess maybe now it is uncommon, but you know, thinking about that Man City team that Pep been working on for so long, they will batter teams like 6-0, like nothing, or 4 goals, 4-0. You know, it's a crazy thing to have Pep Guardiola's genius and obviously the kind of money that Man City has, but I think Arsenal are in the right path. You know, they got to just keep scoring goals, as many as they can, because it might come down to goal difference. And if it does, why? I feel like they should win it like that, because it shows you how tight and competitive it is, and how close they were from not getting there. Um, Not that it should be like something to boast about, but like that's the reality of the position. Yeah, I feel like it's very interesting, and I would accept that, because like I said, Arsenal haven't been at the best, especially in that month of April. They lost so many games, they scored so few little goals. Arteta has to be serious and has to awaken from that kind of docile form of play. Hey, we have a great squad. Obviously, you use more squad depth. Who wouldn't benefit from more squad depth? Um, because Declan, like I said in the last video, the top 5 players who have been played the most minutes are all Arsenal players. It's a crazy, crazy stat, but it's true. They're probably tired. They're probably more fatigued and more at risk to get injured. Don't want to see that, especially for any squad. Not just saying because I want to see Arsenal win the league, just because like that's not how football should be. I think about Bakayo Saka and his fall off. Hopefully he comes back. I also think about Pedri. Pedri, when he was like 18 years old, he played like the most games, and he was just looking tired for the Olympics. It was horrible. This could low key be ruining careers with all the injuries that are so common in the big leagues. But that's a whole topic for a different video. I'm just saying that Arsenal have the right idea. Let's see if they can execute it, and it would be a perfect display. In my opinion, even if they do win the league, I know I was saying not too long ago that I don't want to see them win the league because of the quality that they were displaying. But if they're able to turn it around and understand and wrap their heads around, like, hey, we're gonna have to give something to win something. We're gonna have to be a little bit more open and a little bit more aggressive. Then by all means, let that happen. So be it. We need them, or I'm speaking from a point of a fan. I want to see Arsenal win the league. I don't want to see Man City win the league, and I low key do want to see an entertaining football. Like, I'm not for set piece FC. I like Harambe. I love those kind of tactics, but for it to be your whole play style, like you're not Jose Mourinho, you're not FC Porto or Inter Milan, you are Arsenal FC. You gotta play beautiful football or entertaining football at least. That's my opinion on it. Let me know what you guys think. Do you think Arsenal's gonna win the league? Do you think Man City's gonna win the league? Do you think Spurs are gonna get relegated or West Ham? Oh my God, beautiful London clubs. Um, I'm more lenient towards West Ham. I'm more of an Arsenal fan, but um, yeah, it'd be crazy to see Spurs relegated, and it'd also be sad if West Ham get relegated. But let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. I'll talk to you later. Adios.